Welcome. This is the 5-minute lower body chair yoga with me, Neve. So go and get yourself comfortable on a chair. I'm going to turn side on just because when we do lower body, it's kind of easier to teach from side on. But you can just be facing me. Your chair can have arms either side of it, or it can be like mine without. Either's fine. But go ahead and just get relaxed into your chair, leaning back. And then starting to think about your core ignite a little bit more. So hips to the back of the chair, but lift up, stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Release your hands towards the top of your knees. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears and take a really lovely deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. One more for good luck. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then when you're ready, you want to try to remain quite tall here, but if you do need to lean back onto your chair at any stage, that's absolutely fine. First of all I want you to do is lift your right leg up and start to circle your ankle. Just getting that leg as high as you can here, waking up the ankle joint. You might start with circles and then switch direction. You might prefer to point and flex a couple of times. Either's completely fine. You might hear some cracks along the way, that's fine. Good. Then very slowly release the right foot down and we'll switch sides. So staying tall within your chair, stacking the shoulders on top of the hips, lift the left leg up just as high as you can. Start then to circle, or to point and flex the toes a couple of times, just whatever feels best. Notice how your core is working to keep that leg extended, also your left quad muscle. If you become tired at any stage, then that's okay. Just lift the foot back down. And when you're ready, release. I'm going to take a few steps back here so you can see this better. Keeping your hips as far back into your chair as possible, you're going to hold onto your knees. Now you have two options here. You can take a few rounds of seated cat-cow. So as you breathe in, lift up through your chest. And then as you exhale, rolling the spine back and down. If this feels quite comfortable, you can then lean forwards. Keep going forwards until you feel the lower back lengthen, maybe the hamstrings a little bit, and you can stay here or you can dive all the way down, letting your head hang heavy over the legs. So just a seated forward fold. You might stay here, you might be up here working through cat-cow, or you might be all the way down. So lots of options here. Maybe you kind of work with a little bit of all three. Wherever you are, take 2 to 3 more breaths. And if you're all the way down towards the floor, begin to very slowly rise back up towards your feet. And then from here, again, a couple of options. It depends on how tight the legs are. You're going to take your right foot and just lift it up to your chair. So the heel might just come towards the edge, or you might get it quite tight in towards you. Again, it really depends on how tight that leg feels today. And just squeezing the leg in towards the chest can be more than enough here. If this feels really, really good, then you can go into a figure of 4. So you're going to take your right hand on top of the right knee, left hand on top of the right foot, so that you can bring the ankle on top of that left thigh. Then you want to remove the hands from the stretch. You don't want to push down onto the right knee. So this might be plenty. You might feel already quite a lot happening across this outer right hip. But if you want a little bit more, still remaining tall, not using the hands, you're actively going to push the right knee to the floor. You'll want to have a little bit of flexion here across your right foot, so try not to let the leg be too relaxed. Keeping that flexion of the foot is going to help to protect the knee. It keeps the muscles alive and working. So what you'll be feeling here is the outer right hip, maybe the inner groin a little bit, the inner thigh. So either here or here. One more breath. And then to release the right leg, wherever you are, I would just stretch it back out again, bring some movement back to the ankle, and then let the foot just come back to the floor. So whenever you're ready, left side, you're drawing the left foot up towards your chest, either heel quite close to the edge of your chair or in a little bit tighter, and you can just hug onto the knee, which can be plenty. So I would start here regardless. And if that feels really, really good, your left hand will stay on the knee, your right hand will help to take the foot across onto the right side. And this side is always so much tighter for me. So you'll see that my knee is much higher to the chest. I'm not going to go too far here. I'm not going to push it just because you don't want to feel any pain here. You want to feel release. So hands either back towards you can have them resting on your belly or down by your chair. Try to remain tall as you actively push that knee towards the floor with the left foot flexed. One more breath here. And then wherever you are, you're going to lengthen your left leg, shake it back out. Maybe you'll end the practice off with, again, a few seated cat-cows. So breathing in, lifting the chest up, getting away from the back of your chair. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, tucking chin into chest. Just shake it off when you feel ready. And I hope you've enjoyed this lower body chair yoga session. Thank you.